The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
That was low, and you kind of talked through it, Sydney.
That's okay.
My bad.
You got somebody knocking at your door.
You're right. Who is that?
Right on time.
I'll be right back.
Okay, don't trip over all the many bags and mics.
Right on time. Hold on.
Let
Let me do something real
I'm
quick.
not even in the chair. This is a...
We're off to a good start.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's good. It's a good. You have to run with it.
Hi,
You have
Sydney.
to run with it. Hello.
Welcome to Liquid Lunch.
Yeah.
Everybody.
How's
it going?
This is a business.
Yes. I mean, we straight off. I'll tell you, like
Sorry.
my plan
obstacle course
changes
to get it.
every single week.
Yeah.
My schedule changes.
He-
I wasn't planning on doing a double brew today, so I was like, yeah, Thursday, that's perfect. I'll have like a half day.
Mm-hmm.
No, schedule changed. Now I'm doing a brews around the podcast.
Nice.
That's just you gotta wing it.
That's
Go
all you
with
got to
it.
do. That's
Yeah.
what you got to do. Welcome to Thursday, one and all. We're live at Southern Yankee, if you couldn't tell. The cameras are working, right, Kennedy? I didn't even check. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm sure they're
We're good.
It's fine. It's fine. My name's Josh. That's Kennedy, Sydney, and I don't know where Alex went. He was here. But
He's talking to people about some big things for the summer.
oh, cool. So we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's going to be a weird conversation. I'm like looking at all the other stuff. You're like looking at me like a normal human being, and I'm like everywhere like a psychopath. that
No, it's all good.
Can't maintain eye contact.
Yeah.
There's a
yeah.
you don't want too much eye contact though, right?
You gotta get really close, wide eye contact.
Yeah.
This is how I can't even do it for that long.
That's how I normally
Just-
talk.
Hello.
So how are things here?
Good. We're going after about a month of me kind of fixing things in the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
We're back with a vengeance brewing. So this month I'll be a lot of brewing stuff. A lot of stuff.
Like what?
Today I'm doing the K Pablo. I can't stop brewing it because
I can't stop drinking it. That's
yeah,
right.
well, I mean, it's a very drinkable beer.
It is.
And it's our bestseller by far. We've sold so much of it. And it's pretty much, I think it's just forcing itself as a flagship beer, even though it's kind of a pain because it is a lager.
Yeah. I don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag on myself that
Okay.
It may even have been here. I don't know. On Interbrews when I said that 2000, what year are we? 19, Alex, is the year of the craft Mexican lager.
We talked about it on in January.
Was that it? That was here then.
Yeah.
It was here. So we're back now. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm completely vindicated, but we are already into May.
If I had a gold star sticker, I would give it to you.
Yes, if there were rewards for that sort of thing, I'd be up for one for sure. How you been, man?
I'm good.
You weren't at the. We were at Thistle Draft Shop. Sydney and I were a while back.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You weren't
the
there.
Pink boots.
Sydney's
you're not
the face of this organization. I'm like the backbone.
Keep talking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else, and I was like, yeah.
My back is sore from holding this whole thing up.
All right, you can
That's
go
a joke.
brew. Go finish.
That's a joke. No.
Finish that brew day.
No, you were doing all like books and stuff.
Yeah,
Planning events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My charisma is more internal.
Yeah.
And technically, I helped Sydney with the beer today.
We
Drink
did-
it?
Not.
No,
you
no,
mean
helped
the
her brew.
Did you stick
Oh
your-
yeah, no, he did watch me throw hops
I watched her
into
throw
the
hops
boil.
Oh.
Did you throw your
So there was
arm-
some emotional support
Yeah.
How was the
there
technique?
today.
It was on point.
Was there
I would say.
splashing or
No splash.
no splash?
No splash.
No.
So 10 out of 10?
Did you stick your arm down in it? That's what he does with his
It
homebrew.
was. Well, I tend
This
not
is
to
not
stick.
a cattle ranch.
I tend not to stick I tend not to stick bare skin in boiling.
Yeah,
liquid.
it's not the greatest idea.
That's true. That's true. All right, that's something we can all agree on. In these times of, everybody kind of having their own outlook on life,
Oh,
we can all
Balance it.
agree that arms in boiling water, not a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, so like when I first started brewing in the first brewery that I worked at, to get our wort sample for our OG, we had this big metal tube for the hydrometer and a heat-resistant glove that was like 3 layers thick, and we literally just scooped it and I'd put in half of my arm in that glove in the. It was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of had to
that
just
is hot.
get used to it.
Yeah. But not a bare arm.
Not a bear arm, no.
You want to
That's
like.
yeah.
that's-
That's just
not
like
very fair.
That's-
serious masochism.
Yeah, that's the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Right to bare arms. I was saying bear, like as in like hairy
Yeah.
claws.
Yeah.
I understand. It was a bad joke.
Puns.
All right.
Fundamental right.
And there's the end of the show, everybody. Thank you
Bear arms in hot water.
paying attention today. All right. So yes, the year of the craft Mexican lager, but that's not
Yeah.
what we're here to talk about today.
No.
What are we here to talk about today?
This really cool thing we did with the Craft Beer Girls Beer and Body Group.
Go on.
It was really awesome. I really enjoy collaboration brew days. It's just fun, and then I get everybody else to do the work for me, so it's really nice too. So a couple of the Craft Beer Girls came to us and was like, hey, we have this really cool idea. Let's do a collaboration. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I sat down and I was like, okay, let's figure out what you guys want to brew, because we were going to do a pilot batch. So it's a small 15-gallon, 2 slim kegs. You know, we can do whatever you want, and I'll just design it around what you're thinking. And we went through a lot of ideas, but we stuck with a Saison.
I'm doing it.
No, it's all right. We decided on a Saison, a French Saison yeast with the raspberry puree and fresh jalapenos and a little bit of lime in the end of the boil, which you don't really taste. It's more of like a background citrus note that's just like a fresh tasting. It's just like cooking. You add just a little bit background notes to it, and it makes the whole beer balance a little bit more. And then we had 12 women come from that group and brewed it with me today. Or not today.
The day
it was
of.
like 3 months ago. 2 months ago.
When's it ready?
Oh, it's been ready and sold.
It's gone.
Oh, however,
It lasted about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Not even. It was like
Not
6
even.
or 7 hours.
However,
We do have a
However-
crowler.
somebody brought a crowler today,
Yes.
so we do get to drink this beer.
Yes. Yeah. So we do have a crowler to share to taste it. I will be honest, at this point, the jalapeno in most beers, if you add it the way I did it instead of like a puree, does drop off. So we might not get as much pepper.
when did you add it, or how did you add it?
So we did it. Oh,
Huh? Oh,
I don't
did
know.
it?
All right. Okay. Oh, and we added it. I did two peppers post fermentation for a day,
Seeds and all.
seasonal.
Just you cut it up, or
I
just
quartered it.
quartered it and just chunked it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I sanitized it first. I mean, not with sanitizer, with boiling water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Makes it
But
not.
You stuck the pepper, but not your bare arm.
Yes.
Again, going back to our rule.
Yes. No body parts in the beer.
So does it get much heat?
There's not a lot of heat. There's a little bit of the pepper flavor, and it's mostly that raspberry pepper. So when we decided on this, I asked, I'm like, okay, so when I'm designing this, there's 2 routes to really go. A balanced beer where you have a little bit of these flavors and you get some of that Saison yeast still. And then a raspberry jalapeno bomb. And I asked them, like, which one do you want? Because we can go either way. And they decided to do the more balanced beer. So we have a little bit of everything in there. Yeah. But I think it turned out great.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what was okay? So craft beer girls. I'm kind of distracting myself here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where's the how are your headphones sounding?
Now it's better.
Is
I'm
it?
a little deaf.
That's cool.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah, I say that a lot.
So, Kenny, where's the crowler?
Oh, it's in the fridge. Let me go grab
You
it.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
Well, no, you got to
I
answer
don't
questions.
know where the
Okay.
fridge is.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Which
It's
fridge?
Fine, it's fine.
The baby fridge.
Yeah, that can be useful in this one.
Sorry. Don't get yourself caught on. Sorry.
I did get to see the brew room today.
Yeah. He came around. Well, so I keep the front doors locked because
People like Kennedy come.
strangers. Yeah. And so people that know breweries know that there has to be a back entrance. Otherwise, the world would end. So then people that are really determined just come around back.
Yeah, I figured there was a back way in.
Yeah.
Now
otherwise,
everybody knows there's a back way in.
Well,
What are you gonna do now?
that's all right. It's not gonna be the end of the world. The coolest part about doing this was when we had all the ladies here. I asked them in the beginning of the day. I was like, "There are 2 ways to do this." Again, I gave them an option. it could be me brewing it and telling you what I was doing so that they would learn, or them physically doing it and I'm just making sure, shit doesn't fly. So something crazy doesn't happen. And they chose to do it themselves. So I didn't really touch this beer very much. Post fermentation, I did all the additions of the raspberry and the jalapeno. But other than that, they did the entire thing. They wanted to make that noise. Make sure, hopefully.
So,
Okay, good. Making sure that wasn't the accidental crowler.
Definitely jalapeno.
Yeah.
I screwed.
Oh, yeah.
I can't smell it over Sydney's feet.
Yeah, no, hey, I put my shoes back in. I've been brewing all day.
I never
I've been
smelled
sweaty.
them. I'm sure your feet,
Sweaty.
when your feet smell bad, they just smell less like roses or something.
Dude, I mean, well, no, I'm not. So I could go into more description.
Cool.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, new glasses.
Well, yeah. Come on.
Not
Put 'em
savages.
mixed
They're
flavors.
I can still smell the jalapeno.
Jeez. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Let's see. Oh, that was really
was-
awkward.
Got it now. I'm a professional.
Smells really good.
You can smell the jalapeno a lot. So it didn't drop off.
No, I'm very
Not
surprised.
aroma.
No, it's good.
And it was the right beer.
Yeah, it was the right beer too. We had a little bit of a mix up the day of with kegs, but we fixed it, and I'm glad the crowler was
Wow,
correct.
this is
Hold on. I'm letting my palate, the K Pablo.
Readjust.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
know
Oh
what that
God,
is.
that is a horrible noise. That is bad.
Yeah. Okay. So raspberry to jalapeno. You said 4.
Yeah, so the jalapeno is going to be the first big scent and flavor, and then the very end, once it goes over the middle of the tongue, I get more raspberry, and then the finish is more raspberry, and then you get the end little yeasty, saison-y kind of spice kick taste.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The no, it's very It's like very well balanced. It's
Thank
like
you. Yeah.
you know that like the spicy jelly kind of. It's
Yeah.
not sweet like that, but it's kind of in that same ballpark. You know that you
Yes.
put over the cream cheese and then you eat the whole thing in one sitting by
Yes.
yourself, like
A jar of jelly. Yes.
yeah, a jar
yeah.
and the whole block of cream cheese, and then you hate life later that day, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
It's in that same like sweet to
Yeah.
spicy. It plays really well.
I
Well,
really
yeah.
Fruit and
enjoy
spice.
putting peppers in beer.
Yeah.
I just think it's really cool.
Peppers and fruit.
Yes.
That's yeah. It worked.
About what was it? 2-3 months ago, we put about 2 poblanos and a 5-gallon firkin
With oranges.
with oranges and our juice pop IPA.
Yeah.
And 2 poblanos and 5 gallons was a bit much. It was like it was not quite this balanced. It was more poblano and a little bit of orange and some IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Poblano
there's definitely a delicate balance of putting peppers in beer, and it also depends on what your end product, what you really want it to be, and that's at the very beginning when we talked to Kate Christensen. She's the creator of Craft Beer Girls. She's she's now a Houstonian. She's a transplant Houstonian.
Where'd she come from?
I want to say Ohio. That sounds right.
Wherever it is, she's better off now.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we discussed on what she wanted to do and label as, part of the Craft Beer Girls. And we both really like saisons. And so we started with that as a base. And then we went a little crazy with the ingredients, even though it is a balanced beer on top still.
Oh, it's a good choice. So, saison yeast it's pretty versatile, right? There's French and is there American? It's like it's not really an
So
American style.
there's the general gist of it is there's a Belgian saison yeast, and then there's a French saison yeast, and then there are farmhouse saison yeast or just farmhouse yeasts, and then you could even say that beer de gardes are almost saison-y as well.
Yeah.
But the big difference between the 3 main ones that I would say is the Belgian, the French, and the farmhouse is the French is about as dry a yeast you can get until you hit champagne yeast, right? It's really dry and it gets a little spicy and floral and citrusy instead of where the the Belgian Saison, you get more of those like clovey esters, big spice kick, a little bit thicker and sweeter. And then the Farmhouse can get kind of like funky.
Yeah.
In like a good way, and sometimes in a bad way. It just depends on how you treat it. And then there's different strains that do all sorts of things as well.
I think the good call on the French. It's the dryness with all the fruit flavor.
Yeah.
Without the sweet.
French Saisons are my personal favorite Saison. I think that they're super versatile and just really, really tasty in almost anything. While saying that, we did brew a Belgian Saison, a high ABV Belgian Saison that I'm finally putting in barrels next week. And we're going to put it in Chardonnay barrels and tequila barrels. Yes. I think your trunk is open.
Oh.
That's not a euphemism.
No.
All right, y'all talk keep talking the conversation. I'm going to go check on the junk in my trunk.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Yeah. I was like, that's not right.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
So speaking of the barrels, I saw this this photo on I think it was Facebook, and it was a set of barrels where the brewery had put a sign up said, "I know my bunghole is pretty, but please don't touch it."
Yep.
Yeah.
Brewers are very adult and mature. We make no jokes.
No.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have a beer called Best Wiener.
Best Vina?
Best Vienna.
Come
I
on,
know,
you have
but-
to have the German inflection.
Yeah, but how many people actually order it as Best Wiener?
Well, no, some
Oh,
people
it's-
just say, hey, can I have the Vienna? I was like, you mean you would like my best wiener?
Yeah.
And then they look at me and I'm like, you gotta say.
Well,
Others embrace it and they're like, "Hey, I need some wiener." Yeah. Like, you got it.
no, when I was here on Friday, there were so many wiener jokes going around.
Oh my gosh, it's the greatest.
Yeah, it's just
This is literally that. Okay, so when
they got wieners all over the place.
Well, so we joked about naming it that because I would laugh every single time I use Vienna malts. I usually use Best malts, and I laugh because I'm an adult and that's what I do,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious. And then, so like the entire time everybody else is talking about wiener jokes, that's literally what's going through my head the entire time I'm like using a bag. I'm just like wiener joke.
well,
like
you, I can tell you probably won't grow out of that.
no, God,
Yeah.
no, probably not.
There's another bag. Munich malt is best muncher.
Yep.
That would also make an interesting beer.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it would
get
be
it.
vetoed.
Maybe for LGBT Pride Day or something like that, make a beer the best muncher.
Oh.
Munich lager.
Sorry. It's really good.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's your fault. It's your fault. When you make a beer. Well,
Yes.
Our witness
Well,
a beer.
I'm glad you enjoy it, and because we put it on tap at noon, and it kicked at 7:00
The first time or the second time?
the second time.
So I accidentally, so we had our Daisy Chain beer, right? Which was a honey hibiscus blonde, which is a bit pinker than this. Although I will say this used to be a little redder. Like I think, I don't know. Anyway, but so the honey, the last keg of slim of honey hibiscus was sitting right next to the next keg of the Brewster here, this beer we're drinking. And of course, me being in a rush and not thinking that much, I just threw the honey hibiscus right back on, started pouring that as a jalapeno. And then people were like, I didn't want to say anything, but after we discovered the mistake, I wondered why the color changed so quickly. Like, oh my bad.
Did they mix in? Did you get a try in like in the line, or did you flush out? the line?
Probably. I mean, somebody did.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But it was like, but it was great because we were just like, it kicked because we only had like that much, like half of a slim left. And
Yeah.
that kicked really fast. We're like, sorry, it kicked. And then Sydney goes back there. No, wait, we have one more slim. Yeah.
And then that kicked like an hour
And
later.
that kicked like an hour later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a good event.
Yeah. No.
We were very, very busy for that.
Here's to you, Kate, and the Craft Beer Girls.
Yes,
To you.
Craft Beer Girls. It's a wonderful group. And it's so we, especially on beer podcasts, we talk about, the pink boots for women in beer. We talk about just breweries in general, but like sometimes beer people forget that we're doing this for the public. We're doing this for beer drinkers. And women are now becoming one of the largest beer drinker growth. Like, they're growing crazy. Everybody wants to try something new, especially since craft beers are giving them beers that are not what people traditionally think of as, quote unquote beer, not, Bud Light or something like that.
Yeah.
And so now it's actually like, oh, something that tastes good.
Right.
And so they give this awesome little group for women in beer and women that, especially, they move around because it's a national group. Each state has a page. And they have like hundreds and hundreds of people on each page. And then each city, like in Texas, there's city pages as well. So Houston has their own page. And they post all sorts of things like beer events. They do, meetups every month where women sometimes don't feel comfortable going into beer bars and beer drinks and stuff, especially if they're a new beer drinker, because you have this stigma against who is the craft beer drinker. And unfortunately, some bartenders in some places are very like, oh, here's your blonde section, because they immediately think, I'm like, hey, I love a good blonde, but like, don't be like that. Come on. Yeah. And so they give it this like little group of women they travel together and they just are able to explore beer and craft beer in ways that they may not have been able to alone.
Yeah.
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 Julie is part of the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed this on Facebook. I'm friends with Julie. We chat a lot. And Kate, which is Mike's friend.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it, whatever they like to, Mike likes to call it. What would he soon to be wife?
I think he's finally. It took him like a year or two before
he calls her the girlfriend.
Only in this day and age would that status be so hard to define.
Yeah.
Like 50 years ago, like girlfriend or fiance or wife. Now it's like, oh, it's complicated. Is it? Should we put labels on it? I'm not sure.
I think people are just overthinking
No,
that.
they dated for like 2 years before he would call her his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to say that.
He's been burned
It
before.
may just be a social thing.
No, he's been burned before. There's deep emotional issues with Mike that he doesn't like to get into, but I'd love to get into.
Oh, I can tell that you're
Let's talk
talking
about it
it
like
right
on
now.
this public
He's
podcast.
probably not listening. It's fine.
Probably.
Listen, he's loved and lost. And,
Mike, we love you.
He used to put his heart out there, and it just got broken, and now he's scared. He's scared, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to just put it out there for anybody. But Kate came along and melted that icy thing, and
Well, that's good.
him and Kate and their Shih Tzu.
We always say that you need to put your best wiener forward.
Aw. Bad joke. Veto. Vetoed.
But they met at a beer event,
Yeah.
and now that's what they do. That's their thing.
Ben and I also met at a brewery.
And y'all are engaged.
Yes.
Oh, we got to
are
talk about some
engaged.
wedding planning.
Jules and I first date was at a brewery.
Yeah.
Aw.
Nice.
Well, then you should listen
Which
up. Let's
brewery?
talk.
Beer bonds.
Greater Heights.
Nice. One
Great,
of my
great,
favorites.
great heights.
Great Heights.
Great Heights.
Just great. They're just great.
Great Heights in Greater Heights.
Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's close enough.
No, but like this.
Obviously, you were so smitten with her, you couldn't remember all the details of all the extraneous.
No, it's cool
information.
because I did a Liquid Lunch Instagram post.
Yes.
Because I got there before she did. And I did a post, and so now I always remember the date of our first date.
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't tell you right now.
But
But if I had to, I could like just go back
Figure
and
it
look.
out.
That's
I
the
could
good
look
thing
it
with
up.
No, it's
go to
It's
something.
Like, it's like November.
If you go to
something.
something with a ticket,
She's watching. She's gonna kill me.
back before there was social, something with a ticket or something, that would always help you remember that stuff. My first date with my wife was a concert. So it was Bush and Moby. So, it was
Nice.
it was the MTV and MTV.
Is Moby even a thing anymore?
I don't know. Is Bush still a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no idea who these people.
You know who Bush is?
Nope.
He was married. The lead
You'd
singer
recognize,
Gavin. What
like,
was his name?
couple
Gavin Rosdale. He was married to Gwen Stefani.
They were the crappy Nirvana ripoffs.
No, they were more of a Pearl Jam ripoff.
No, they were definitely a Nirvana.
No, they
ripoff.
were more of a Pearl Jam ripoff.
I disagree.
Did-
I was there when all that went down.
No, you were 60 when all that went down. I
I was still there. I
saw him.
I was an adult when all that went down.
Listen,
Okay.
Sydney, pull up a picture of
Oh,
Eddie Vedder,
Jesus.
circa 1996.
Are we going by looks or by sound?
We're going to start with looks.
Oh,
We'll start with
goodness.
looks. Pull up a picture of Eddie Vedder, circa 1996, and then Gavin Rosdale, circa 1996. Okay. Then I'll say point proven, but I'll go a step beyond. And then pull up Everything's In. We're not going to listen to it, but in your own time, Everything's In and like Even Flow or something like that. It's a knockoff.
Jody just said she met Jules here at Southern Yankee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jody, yeah. Hi, Jody.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
hey, Jody. Hey to everybody, watching
So I don't even know where I met Jody.
here.
I was like, I met
Southern
Jody
Star.
at beer event and
Thistle
or
Trap
roller
Shop.
derby event. I don't remember actually because she lives like right in Spring and she works at DOA and Spindle Tap.
Yes, she does. Probably that's where I met her at.
Yeah, we met her
DOA.
at DOA.
But now I
Yeah.
see her everywhere, at least online.
Yeah,
I feel like I see people every day.
yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Like,
She
you
says
know,
hi.
Houston's a big city, but the beer community is fairly small.
It is intimate.
I mean,
Yeah.
Who else? Was
you look at the social media pages, and there's like five men and women that
guess-
like dominate the posts.
You met her at Eureka
I mean-
Heights.
Yes, at the Pink Boots event. Yes. Okay.
Is
now I
it
remember
Eureka
that.
Heights or
Yes.
Eureka Heights?
We bonded
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the female. What we I don't know if I can say this. Well, so it's bonded over the female experience in beer. It can go on a lot. So can I can say bad words on this, right?
Fucking A.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yes.
So we dubbed it the what women need in this industry is quote unquote back pocket dick. So that
Go on.
Okay.
right. So we decided that it's something that all women need to have so that we can actually have our beer knowledge. Right. So if you don't have it, obviously you know nothing
Can you
about beer.
Oh, so you can whip it out. Sorry.
Yeah,
You whip it
there
out
you
when
go.
to like throw it on the table
Yes.
when it's like. Excuse me,
Dick
little lady.
measuring time.
What would you like? And then you whip it out, and you're like, "Well, let me tell you about my brewery." Blam.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Like,
we dubbed it that.
But you
because-
don't want it so big that it's uncomfortable when you sit. I mean, let's be honest, right?
I
It's-
think that's true for most of those attachments.
I'm just saying, for back pocket, especially though. I would just think if you're sitting
if
on
it's
a
in your-
bar stool, it's going to be.
If it's in your back pocket, it's uncomfortable already.
Well, it depends on the back. Now, what
Well,
if
you could also go
fanny
like
pack?
even more and say like, well, needing the proverbial one is also uncomfortable because you shouldn't need it, right? You should just have.
But
beer
I like to.
knowledge.
Can we before we get to the point where yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree.
Oh,
but
I got an idea. Braveheart sword it right over the back.
like that big?
Oh,
though?
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like a
Yeah.
back. I was going to say backpack, but I like the sheath
It's
even
like-
better.
it's
Unsheath
like,
it.
Yeah, tactical like.
Yes,
you know,
and then just
unsheathing.
you want, but you want it extra weighty so that when it hits the table, it makes a good. Boom. That's what you want,
Yeah.
but you don't want it too rigid. You want it to like hit the
It needs
and
to
then kind of bloom,
smack, not
It
just.
but not limp. You want it
Yeah.
just you don't want it so rigid that it
Oh
could crack.
man. Yes.
Right. You want some flex to it. Absolutely.
So Jody and I, we
That's where you-
came up with this. Yes.
Okay.
Jody and I have decided this, and then
Now, do you do handle or do you just do all shaft? Like you grab. Like, do you need the handle for practical purposes so that it looks cool walking? Like you go to the Ren Fest
Yeah, I
and
think
nobody
there's
would know.
Some rings you can put around it to like make it easier.
oh
to
my
grip.
gosh,
So yes.
stop! This is so bad. We're going so far.
You started this.
I know I did, but like you guys are taking it way farther than
Well, you
where
brought
I was
this up
going.
with
Yeah.
like 3 dudes.
That's true.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that it's the dude
Hashtag
thing.
always escalate.
Yes.
That is our rule. So like our dad.
Hashtag put it on the table.
Whenever we started doing like back and forth sibling rivalry, whatever, like teasing or whatever, it's always escalate. So like it never ended great because someone would always escalate
would
like too far and be
Throw
like,
it out on the table and everybody would
Okay.
continue on.
Yes.
Okay. I like the idea. Well, the idea of the back pocket, but in all practicality, it's really a backpack or shoulder harness, or you could do fanny pack with a retractable one, like one of those
Oh yeah, like one of those police
lightsaber,
batons.
like yes, like
or even a
police-
lightsaber.
like
Let's
the
put
light-
lights in this thing.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
Jody. I hope you're still listening. We started this.
No, I get it though, but now we transition to, but you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But it's a lot
Yeah.
cooler that you did. That's hilarious. Wham.
Yeah, right. And so we
What color would it be? That's a personal preference.
In my head, I would say purple. I don't know why.
Like
Purple
a deep
sounds
purple
good.
or like a lilac kind of lighter.
Like lilac. That sounds
I
like
think
better.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's being choked.
It's not very aggressive.
No, not choked. Not like a reddish.
Like it's being
lilac,
oxygen
like a
deprived.
No, not oxygen. No. More like spring day. Like in your to the other side. Like yes, you can have a lilac. Dick
Jody
on the table.
says you keep your best wiener in your purse.
Do you?
Yeah, okay, that'd be better. Yeah. I mean, we are ladies here. We have purses. Come on.
I feel like the purse, though, although semi-practical, not as practical as a backpack. Let's be honest, because you have to worry about
But it
it.
doesn't look as good.
And
I feel like that's a stigma we should probably try to get past.
when like we forget our backpacks, it's great to, hey, can I stick this in your purse? It's like, we have
If women lose their purse, they lose everything.
Yeah.
All of it.
Well,
All the things.
society will truly be on equal standing when we all just wear
Yeah,
cargo
but
shorts.
if you say,
Oh God.
if you say,
in the
That would be a sad day when, cargo shorts are required.
cargo shorts are really uncomfortable in Houston, like how hot it gets. Because they're long,
Yeah.
they have extra material
Yeah,
around
they're
your
thick.
thighs.
Swamp ass.
I'm much
what
more
that
like
is.
I'm very glad like the shorter shorts have gotten back in style
I just wish
because
they would do it with more room, like hammer pant style, like shorts. Like the shorts, they're like hammer pants and then like 2 inches of leg.
if I got those made for you, would you wear them on our next video podcast?
I would wear them every day, probably.
All right.
I mean, you need all the room to
He
breathe.
may or may
Parachute
not buy those
shorts.
for you. Oh,
Yeah, parachute shorts.
Yeah.
I think it's
I'm
like
pretty sure that's just called a skirt.
no. There's no. It's not open.
Because there'll be like rings around the thigh to like bring it back.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
that it's
like
not just
classic. I'm thinking
like a
like
jumper.
1900s.
Like jumper shorts.
shorts.
Yeah.
1900s
Yeah.
poofy shorts.
But without the tights underneath.
Well,
No,
yeah.
no tights.
No
what do they
Shakespearean
call it,
shorts.
Knickers.
Yeah.
Knickers
No,
were
those
more
are
like
not
those are
knickers.
capris.
Women.
Those are
All
like
right, I feel
capris.
like
I
we've
think
gone
The
off.
blooms.
I think knickers are
bloomers.
underwear.
Bloomers.
Knickers. No, the Knickerbockers. That's where the New York Knicks got their name. They were knickers.
Yeah, but that's what the women call panties in England.
Your knickers.
My knickers.
Yeah.
Why do you know that? What websites are you reading?
I thought it was all.
I thought that was
Veering
common knowledge.
so hard. What
I
did
thought
I
that was
start?
common knowledge.
Okay. It's a lot further west than you normally skew. It's normally further east, way further east, far east. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
Well, if you want to change the subject, we do have a question
Okay, yes,
fine. That's
question.
fine. Who is it? Who's it from?
from Jeffrey. He wants
Fine,
to know how much
Jeffrey.
salt per barrel you put in your goza.
Oh gosh. Salt per barrel.
What kind of salt do you use?
I put.
Don't tell me pink Himalayan.
I did do pink Himalayan
Oh
salt.
no.
Why not?
I don't know why that would be.
What
a
kind
bad
of
thing.
grind do you do? A coarse grind or a fine grind or
I mean,
somewhere in
it
the
all
middle?
dissolves, so it's not
I think it matters.
It doesn't
There's the
really matter. Unless
say it
it's like I'm
matters.
not gonna put a salt block in.
throw that on the table.
Constant release. As it ages, it gets
okay.
saltier.
So this is one of those things where like people are like, so what is this one particular ingredient in this one beer that you brewed 2 months ago? I was like, am I supposed to remember every single recipe
I think
ever?
so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
well, shoot.
Ballpark. how many,
Let
how
'em
many
flow.
pounds
Let
did
'em-
you put in there?
Let the words
I
flow.
put in. I think I put 2 pounds. No, I put 1.5 pounds in 3.5 barrels.
Could
So a
you
little less than half a pound a barrel.
Yeah.
could
There
you
you go.
theoretically do a salt block on the bottom of a fermenter with some holes drilled through it? And
Theoretically, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
okay,
I mean, theoretically, you can do anything.
I just feel like the salt now, Alex, you've kind of opened it up. Like, has anybody questioned the salt additions, like technique yet? You know,
Well,
we've done
so
randling, we've
I've
done
had-
dry hopping.
I've
and-
had one person come in and say, "I wish it was saltier," and then other people said, "Oh, that salt's really balanced," and then others, "Oh man, it's a little too salty." So
Yeah.
it's
So
like
with-
I think you got to find balance
Yeah.
somewhere. And
So yeah, with a goza, I mean, you can go a lot of different ways, right? So traditionally, there was probably a little bit more brininess to it, so it got more like ocean watery. But if I was gonna stick directly to the recipe, it would probably be like that. But it would also probably be like 3%.
who used ocean? Somebody used ocean water. Who was that?
I don't remember, but
Northeast?
I
was
want to
that-
say southeast. I want to say like Florida or something.
That sounds like a Florida thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got all the seawater here. Let's just come on, man. Let's just do it.
Florida man makes beer with seawater.
Yeah. Well, that's weird.
Then runs down the street naked, eating somebody else's lung. Who was that we were talking about eating his roommate's lung?
Florida man.
Oh yeah, you've Google Florida man and your birthday.
No, it was the guy was from Texas.
Oh, okay.
Big something.
A rapper,
Just,
I just talked about it.
and he
Oh, man.
ate his
Start with
roommate.
an L?
He Jeffrey Dahmered his roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Texas rapper. Hold on.
You can Google it.
now he's got it. Now
Now I
he's got
gotta
to figure it
Google
out.
Yeah.
The Goza I didn't put, so I put it on the lower end of recommended, right? So I've done Gozas before in the past, and I took what we did in the past and then put it in my mind and like where I really wanted that saltiness to be compared to where it was when I did it. So the last time I did it, I didn't really use that much. We used it 4.5 pounds and 15 barrels. So it's a very small amount per barrel. Where this one, because I was adding fruit, and so I was going to add sweetness and tartness to the sour itself, I could add a little bit more salt to it where it wasn't going to be super briny. Because, again, right, so like we're balancing between, is it perfectly to what people think the style is, where nowadays Gozas they're saltier, but they're generally more easy drinking, almost like baby Berliner Weisses. And so, especially if I was adding fruit, the fruit and the tartness were going to be the star of the beer, not necessarily the actually salt addition.
Did you add fruit to this one? The
Yes.
one you were talking about?
So it's tangerine.
Okay.
Look at the board.
Yeah,
man.
it's called tangerine. Tangy
Oh,
tangerine.
I might have asked. I see it there, right in the tangy tangerine Goza.
Yes.
I may have asked for that one straight up. I'm big. I love Goza.
Well,
Me too.
if you don't know, Josh and I are in the middle of a heated contest.
I'm not in the middle. Let's be honest. We're on the.
We
cusp.
haven't started
We're on the
yet.
cusp, the precipice.
We haven't
I
started.
heard
The first
like
beer-
a sentence about it, but what's
Did-
it about?
Wait, hold on. Where did people are like talking about it?
No, he just told me
Oh.
before you got here.
Lie to me. It's like everybody around town. Holy shit! Those guys are about to go at it. Not in that kind of way, with beer. Like okay.
Okay,
It's
so
like figured.
competition. Yes.
Yeah. So it's the best of 7.
Okay.
We've got 7
Who's
styles.
your judge?
We don't know that yet. That's
And-
details.
or-
Can I be one
You
of
can
your
be
judges?
one.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to be one of your judges.
Yes.
Probably you. Then Preston would probably be. I don't know. Can Preston be unbiased?
Yes.
You just spend more money there than I do, but I've known him longer.
Spent a lot of money there.
I don't know who it. Well, yes, but yeah, absolutely. I would.
Well, no, you got to just do it blind, right? You don't know whose is whose.
no, yeah, exactly.
the better
So it
one
doesn't
will be mine.
matter.
Yeah.
You can probably gonna be like, ooh, this looks awkward. This is Kennedy's for sure.
Well, that's cool. What kind of competitions are like? Is it how,
best of 7.
Okay. What?
7 different styles.
Yeah.
We got to go back.
I decided. My thought was let's do really challenging stuff that will probably fuck up.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do it, go big or go home.
Right. So, but we're going to do a Gozo as the first one because I think it's
Okay.
one of the Rogue Brewers, the competition.
Yeah.
So
I
that was
think
kind
so.
of the thought.
That's what we were
Yeah,
talking
so
about.
that's our first one. Is the
Yeah.
I don't know what order we decided to do, but Goza, I think, are we doing a hazy IPA? Or
Yeah,
were we
that
gonna
was
do a
one of
West
ours.
Coast
The,
IPA?
the Nipa was another one.
Okay.
Oh, so
There were-
Goza and Nipa, right?
Yeah, there were 2 lagers.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and-
yes.
Lager at
I-
home
Yeah, I've done that.
in
Yeah.
the middle of the summer.
Well, I'm about to invest in a.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
about
a-
to invest in a fermentation chamber.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, Carboys is gonna be a little hard unless you have a fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have that thermostat override too, homie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
There
know.
you go. Okay.
I know.
We'll see how you do.
this-
What type of
I'm-
lager?
I'm all over this.
I think we
there's
Munich
2 of them.
Munich Dunkel is one I think that we talked about.
I love a good.
That was Chris from Colfox brought that. He was very adamant. He makes his own sourdough bread too. If you weren't watching last week, that's something that we learned. What else? What were the other styles? We said we're gonna do a cider.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was your. We got to pick our own.
I've been digging on. I've got
What-
a lot of cider
Yours-
books.
yours-
I do like cider. Cider. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I became a human in Connecticut. So I went to high school and college in
Wait,
Connecticut.
you became a human.
That's what I
You were
kind of call it.
conceived?
She used
no.
to be a
parents-
larva.
No.
You were intended your cocoon.
So like in my head, there's like
chrysalis?
children, and then like once you start actually forming opinions, you're
Like, oh,
becoming
okay.
a human.
Yeah, you got a
right?
fully formed
That's
brain. Right.
my kind of thing. So like fall time, total classic white bitch. I want cider. I want apples. I want everything. So like I'm all about ciders. I love ciders when they're done right. If not,
Yes.
they get like sticky and weird and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
too sweet.
I like dry.
Yeah.
You can combine any fruit, but there's like so many
Yes.
different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
Different
Okay,
yeast,
that's
different-
cool.
You can
All right.
dry hop.
Okay.
You can.
What is that, like 5 now?
What do we say? So we said Goza,
Yeah.
the Munich
Dunkel.
Dunkel,
Yeah.
Nipa.
Nipa, cider.
Well, there was two lagers.
What was the other lager that we're going to do?
Is it a
Pilsner?
Vienna?
I don't know. What, we got to go back and listen to it. We'd had it
Yeah.
for years by this time.
A Hefe, that was my.
That was
Okay.
your. That was
Hefe.
to me. I was like,
No, Hefe it's good, and it's so the way you do
No,
the
I like-
Hefeweizen as well is
Yes.
very different.
I don't feel challenged by this one.
Oh, and you feel
okay.
challenged by a
Oh.
cider? Apple juice and yeast?
You ever made one?
Huh?
You ever made one?
No.
Okay.
But I'm sure I can put apple juice and yeast together.
You ever been? No. Oh, okay.
I'm sure I can put apple juice and yeast
No, there's a whole
in
reason.
a carboy and have cider.
Yeah, you'll have cider. It's just gonna taste like shit.
You don't even need the yeast. Just get some apple juice
Yeah.
and open it and leave it in your fridge for about 3 months.
Yeah, you can Barney Fife it. Remember that episode where he got into the cider and the cider had gone hard and he was all drunk? Barney Fife. Do y'all ever watch Andy Griffith
Yeah,
show?
you're so old.
Okay.
How old were
reruns.
you?
Yeah.
Reruns. It's on Netflix. I'm not old. I have
There
Netflix.
are so
Okay,
many
Hefeweizen,
good-
that's 5.
I have Barney Fife in my pocket, bro. You don't have
Along
Barney?
with your pocket dick?
Yes. I whip him out on the table with a single bullet. And I'm like, you know, he's like, nip it in the bud. Y'all don't even get that reference, but it's hilarious to somebody who knows what I'm talking about. Anyway.
So Hefeweizen. There's
Yeah.
2 more. The
oh,
other
we were
lager.
gonna do a Flanders
no.
Red.
Yeah, the sour.
I
like a
love Flanders
Yeah,
Red.
that's what I was like.
Super
Let's do
sour.
something that will
That
absolutely.
was-
That is
Yes.
difficult.
Let's do one that we
Yeah.
absolutely destroy and see who gets.
I love Flanders Red.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And what was the
Flanders
last
Red's
one?
Oud
No,
runs.
that was it. There were
What was the other lager?
two lagers.
What was the other lager?
I think the other one's Vienna or Munich.
Munich. That's what we said. The Dunkel.
Munich
Then the
Dunkel.
Vienna.
Is that what we decided on?
I think
I
so.
thought we
A
were gonna do
light
like a Pilsner.
lager, like something like
Yeah.
that. That's very difficult
Yes.
to do.
So the two lagers.
So that's a test.
the
Yeah.
Nipa, the Goza,
Yeah.
the Flanders,
And the Santa Maria.
the Hefe, and the cider. That's 7.
Yeah. Okay.
So we probably will.
I
Ask
would have
you.
rather done instead of
that'd
the
be
Hefeweizen, I would have
awesome.
rather done like a stout, like an adjunct stout of some sort. But it's fine. It's
We
fine.
could.
Maybe that's the.
I'm okay with mixing it up. We can get rid of the cider.
No, the side, dude. No, you got to get out your wheelhouse, bro. Read a book. Do
I want to
something.
be challenged though.
Well, I'm gonna segue into you're talking about competitions.
Mm-hmm.
We actually just finalized something that's gonna be really cool. And props to Preston because this is totally his idea.
Yeah.
Because we had originally wanted to do a homebrew competition, and we wanted to do a brew in. But our water pressure just doesn't allow us to have that many people knocking out at the same time.
We
Right.
had this alternative plan, right? So one of our regulars was a fireman, and he was going to kind of surreptitiously let us tap into the fire hydrant.
He was gonna what?
Surreptitiously let us tap into the fire hydrant.
Sneaky.
Out front.
Every beer you have
Sneakily.
that gets 10% harder to say. Starts sounding like Joe. Starts sounding like Joe Biden at a rally. Sure. And sorry. Sorry.
I mean, my grasp of English is light on a dry day, so.
I just made an observation.
But yeah, we're like, okay, so this would work perfect, but then we'd have this fire hose running across the parking lot, in the middle of a busy Saturday, and I feel like our
Just-
landlord might kick us out. So
Maybe.
we decided this is a safer route.
He sounds
Yeah.
super lame. Okay, go on. What is the safer route?
So we're gonna do a wort share. So I'm gonna make a base wort, and you have to sign up for it, and you get 6 gallons. You can do whatever you want with it, except for wild sours. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's going to be. You can steep whatever you want. You can add any hops. You can add any fruit. You can do a variety of yeasts. And we're gonna do a competition. So in about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on I want to do some tests and get feedback and see how long people need to provide 3 bottles of their beer here. And we'll have a panel of 5 judges. I have a few friends that are Cicerones, a few BJCP people. I want to see if Bev wants to come in. He's been teaching the
Yeah.
BJCP. We're gonna do a panel. We're going to do a tasting. You're going to tell me what your goal was with that. and then we're going to find the best one of those 20. Only 20 people or teams can do it. And then the winner of that will be brewing their recipe on our 3.5 barrel system.
So bring your carboy.
Collect the wort.
Everybody shares worts, and everybody gets it and take it home and do it.
Yeah.
What's the grain bill of the wort?
So we've got mostly 2-row, a little bit of Vienna, a little bit of Munich, just for some little minor complexities, and then some carapils for some head retention. Really simple, really blank slate. You can do almost anything with it. You can boil it down to get higher ABV. It's going to be a 5%-ish wort. So it's, what was it? It was 1.049 specific gravity.
You're just looking for 3 bottles.
And 3 bottles, that's it, out of that.
So you can boil it down a lot.
Huh?
You could boil it down a lot.
You could if you wanted, right?
We made a barley wine.
Right? You could if you wanted.
We made pudding.
But that's, but see, that's one of those things that, like, I really wanted to do. I wanted to let people show their creativity. I will be honest. If it's something where, like, I can't find an ingredient for, we're going to have to adjust your recipe because it does have to be able to be brewed at 3.5 barrels. So,
Himalayan hibiscus, you must climb.
right, like, if it's
Everest.
something super rare, I don't think I can find it, and we might have to minorly adjust your recipe because it does have to be able to be produced on large scale. So it's like, if you added 1 drop of this, $20,000 grain, it's probably not gonna happen.
Is there a grain that's $20,000?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Like Egyptian.
Probably
amaranth?
somewhere.
Yeah. Like
Left
from
in
the
clay
last
pots for the
grain.
last 10,000 years.
Ramses
Probably.
the 4th.
Yeah.
But we're doing
Why the
that.
4th? Third was far superior.
But the 4th was more of a grain head. He was a connoisseur. He's like, I just want to keep it all. You never know when, this stuff's valuable
Diversified,
now, but you never know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
He was a
Like-
forward thinker.
He was like an early hybridizer.
Yeah, he was a futurist even back then.
Freaking Ramses.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, anyways,
Hey, hello to Jose. He's listening.
we're
Hey,
going to be doing that. We're going to have start sign-ups next Saturday. So we're going to have a week of just telling people about it. We've been talking about it a little bit. We've talked about it to a few homebrew groups, and a lot of people are interested, and I think it's going to be really fun and really cool. I'm really intrigued to see what people do and see some creativity. I really enjoy just trying lots of things. I will be on the panel of judges since it will be our brewery.
That makes sense.
It's just a
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
But it'll be a blind tasting, so we will not know who it's from. Well, the only thing we'll know is the ABV and the style. So will the wort share part of it? The people will come collect their wort on May 25th.
Is there a limit to how many people can sign up?
20 people.
20 people.
20 people and or teams.
And
So you
signups-
can't have teams.
Signups are going to be on our website, southernyankeebeer.com, and they will go live on May 11th. That's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a $22 entry fee.
Yes.
Okay. That makes okay.
I want to get in on this.
Yeah.
Should
It's going to be
you
fun.
want to do a team?
Huh?
You want to do a team, or are you like going all Rambo
Are you
solo?
gonna work with me? You really want to work with me on this?
I mean, I'll lead it.
Okay.
I'm a natural leader.
Is it going to be a cider?
Yes. We're gonna add apples to this. Watch this. Nobody's doing what we're doing. And we boiled it.
I will say one thing.
We boiled it down till there was
wild
nothing left.
sours and ciders, I'm going to say no because we don't have the license for it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it can only be 49% apple juice.
Sure.
It could be a graph, technically speaking, sort of, kind of. I think
Yeah,
that's 50,
I mean, you can
50.
do crazy things. If you want to do a gruet, I've always wanted to do a gruet. Gruets are
one
really
gruet.
cool. They're weird, but they're cool.
I didn't like the one I had, but
Yeah.
it tasted like perfume.
Well, you can go a little too lavendery with it sometimes.
It was something, yeah. It was, and I think even the brewer that made it was like, yeah. I mean, it was we did it because
Just because we could.
then I would drink it.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay.
I mean, we can do lots of things. But this is something that we're gonna try and do as a yearly thing. I think it'd be really cool. And then we really enjoy bringing in the homebrewing community because that's kind of where our story kind of got. A lot of people's stories in the brewing industry got like born, and it's through our dad. So he had been homebrewing, he still has been homebrewing and making recipes for 26 years, and so a lot of our recipes are stuff that we've been doing for a really long time as a family and at home. And so we just really want to wrap in some homebrewing groups and seeing like bring them into the beer family, bring them into this community.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kennedy, what are we going to put in this beer? What are your ideas? Are you okay to team up? You can go solo. If you
Sydney,
want.
can I do this on the third straight podcast?
What?
Roast chicken.
Oh my gosh! Every time. No.
Sorry, I love it. Right?
No,
I
chicken
bring
beer.
this up because it's like the coolest thing I've ever heard of. Well,
It's
slash
not cool.
weird
It's weird as hell.
There was a brewery that dry hopped an experimental beer with a whole roast chicken.
It's so weird.
Well, it's in the For the Love of, what is it? The Charlie Papazian book.
Is
For the
it?
Love of,
The
whatever
Love
it
of
is.
Craft.
Whatever,
that's
whatever
the-
is- no, the one, For the Love of Homebrew or whatever
I know what's in
Charlie
your-
P's book is. It's
Yeah.
in his 4th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it at the Grain Cellar. Helping bring today's episode. The Grain Cellar is Houston's premier homebrew store. Humble.
Yeah.
240 Street West. Humble, Texas 77.
Yeah.
It's 529. What is it?
He's waiting for me to put the grain cellar thing up.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I can't
It's
see it
there.
though. What is that? What's the zip code?
77338.
338.
go.
Like I
Yes,
said.
240
240 West East.
Yeah.
First
Street
Street
West.
West.
Phone number
Humble, Texas.
877-5309.
Yeah, don't. But watch those Humble stoplight cameras.
Yeah.
It's like the
They're-
last place on earth that has
The,
them.
the red light cameras and
those-
Humble are a thing.
They'll send you a
Wow.
they'll send you a ticket
Yeah.
and you'll just have to not pay it.
No kidding.
Yes. Yes.
I've got
Anyway.
two outstanding tickets in the state of California, and I fled the state rather than paying them. They were exorbitant. There were $1,000 tickets for like 5 miles over the speed limit.
That's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
I
So I was
think-
like, I'm out.
I think Texas would be like, yeah, we like that
So-
even better.
So you just
Stick it to
wrote
California.
California off your list.
Yeah.
It's never going
Yeah,
back.
they're hunting me.
Taxes are too high. Where in California?
That was Bakersfield. Not a place I want to go back to anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, there's
Yeah.
a good song. I don't even know. Is the
Merle Haggard.
no, Dwight Yoakam?
Streets
Oh.
of Bakersfield.
Dwight Yoakam, right?
There's two musicians from Bakersfield.
No, he sang a song about Bakersfield.
Oh,
But I guess it's about California.
Well, it's about Bakersfield.
There's more than one.
Huh?
There's more than one Bakersville.
There is?
Of course, just like Springfield or
Oh.
whatever. Other places.
Yeah.
There's an Atlanta, Texas. Paris, Texas.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boston, Texas.
Yeah.
All those places. Anyway. What would you do with the beer?
I don't know.
I thought you had a backpack. I'm like, oh, you did. You see, you went backpack
No
instead of back
backpack.
pocket.
No backpack.
Well, it's like a relic on Doctor Strange. No, just me. I'm on the relics.
Yes.
Nobody else is up on the Marvel movies.
No, I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
just wasn't that funny.
I think that's true too.
You realize
Now you
we're
sound like my
live,
wife.
right?
Now you sound
That
like
can't
my wife.
be edited.
No,
I know.
you are getting married, aren't you? Can we talk about weddings real quick?
Sure. Go ahead.
No.
Yes.
What kind of beer are you gonna have at the reception? That's what I'm more.
Okay, so this is the one thing we have
What
decided.
are your colors?
I'm very
what are your
excited.
colors gonna be?
Okay, beer first though.
Okay.
Okay, this is the one thing that Ben and I had talked about it and we're like, this would be really cool. So we're gonna make 2 different beers. One that's like me and one that's him. And that can be mixed in a half and half. And it's so they're good alone, but they're even better together.
That's.
It's so cheesy, but it's
Are you gonna do
totally
like
awesome.
a hat with the spoon and the black
I
and
don't know,
tan type thing,
probably.
and like one on top of the other?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Who's going to be
Who's on top?
top spoon?
Yeah.
I knew it was coming before I even
Yeah,
Even
get the little
said it.
turtle,
Little spoon.
the little turtle thing, for black
Yeah,
and
so
tan.
that's the one thing we have excited, and we've determined that it's going to be really cool. But
Well, what styles? Have you given that much thought? When
No
is
idea.
when are y'all planning on the nuptials?
October 2020.
Okay,
So
no,
a
that's
year
good.
and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good where.
Yes. Here, well, in Houston.
in
Well,
Houston.
well, around Houston.
Okay, Houston
Houston's
area.
expensive, so we're probably
Yeah.
going to go North Houston.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. You probably know some places.
I have
There's a
a
place
few
out. What's the place?
in
What's the
mind.
place in Conroe? The Carriage House or whatever it's called.
I went to.
You
a-
seen-
That's
have you been to
actually
that?
the one that I really like.
I went-
And I bet you they put
Yes.
your beer on tap too because they just have the bar. But
We've
you,
already talked about it.
yeah,
I've already done the tour.
I love weddings.
Is there such a thing as nuptial, lederhosen, and dirndls?
There
It's
is
like
now.
it's the right season.
Yeah.
know?
Ooh.
Veto.
Actually, it's post. It's post. We're gonna all come dressed as pumpkins. It's October.
Veto.
Halloween costume wedding.
Ooh, that
Like
could be that
it,
could be the colors,
But
right?
no.
Orange and black.
Pumpkin yellow.
No.
No. We had a fall wedding. We got married in November.
Yes.
was
We
beautiful.
already have colors.
What are your
involved.
colors?
Burgundy and navy as like the
How do you-
base, and then you
How do you make a navy beer?
what you
It'd
dye
have to be
it.
like a
Doesn't
black
Sigma have
blackberry.
like a really blue beer right now?
No, that's ingenious.
Is that ingenious?
Yeah, that was the green beer.
Huh.
Didn't they
do a
like
I
blackberry.
thought
kiwi
Sigma
thing.
had like a 3-berry beer that's like bright blue right now.
Well, the
Yeah.
purple one.
Is it purple?
Yeah, the
I can't tell the difference.
How would you get the
intermezzo.
navy though?
Yeah, he's
Intermezzo,
colorblind.
That's it.
Navy would be tough.
Mm.
Because what's navy? What fruit or food?
Nothing.
Probably something poisonous.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, that's a thing.
You could serve it in like a denim glass.
Yes. What? No.
Jeans?
Jeez, no.
Like a jeans koozie.
That's like.
Be
Okay.
very Conroe.
It would, no, it would just be very like. Yeah, that's
What?
That's true.
What
No.
were you gonna say?
No.
What were you gonna say?
Veto. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
I know what you mean.
How many vetoes do you get?
A lot.
Probably all of them.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm the
Infinite
person.
veto.
I'm part of the wedding, so veto.
What are you leaning towards beer style? You
I
you've thought
honestly
about
have
it.
not even thought about
You
it.
have too.
I have not.
Really?
We have been so busy the last few weeks. I have this last week.
there anything
I've
you won't do?
probably been here. Ugh, the thing I won't. No, I mean,
Glitter beer?
I'll probably the IPAs aren't really good at blending, so
Glitter?
I might not do that.
You would do glitter, right?
I mean, that sounds like annoying.
Yeah. So no.
So probably not.
Okay.
Probably not
Good.
glitter.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, like,
How about you?
I know it's not a thing, but every time I have had glitter beers, but when I do, I always feel like I'm gonna pee glitter.
I got an
That would be a
idea.
lot cooler if you did.
What about like a vanilla white stout and a chocolate dark stout? That would be kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Swirl.
That could be good, but I
That could be.
usually don't really like white stouts.
No.
You really have to for the body for you because you want the stack, right? You want it to be able to look in the glass.
You have
and
to
be
have
like, boom.
two different like weights of
yeah.
beer.
How about a cream ale and a coffee porter or coffee
Ooh.
stout?
Coffee and cream.
Oh, he
That's-
does
they
like
do
a
that at
coffee
Eighth Wonder.
stout.
Do they?
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
that
It's
sounds
been
good.
done, man. We got to come up with something new.
Or they
Well,
used, they
we
used
have
to.
a
I don't know if
while
they
to
do.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it's like something's got to be barrel aged or something?
Probably not, because that's expensive.
A peanut butter something and a chocolate something. Make it Reese's.
Tasty.
How about a broccoli and a cheese?
Ugh.
Those are delicious.
They
Yo.
are. They are. They are.
See, now
Just
you-
make it
Sydney
so
has
like
experience with a cheese beer too. Yeah, that was interesting.
no.
No,
No.
no cheese beer. Okay.
I've never had a cheese beer. Yeah.
beer cheese soup. You serve it.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
Doesn't
go.
have to be in the beer. But
That's-
your beer could be in the broccoli.
Just
cheese.
make
Hey,
the entire
ask-
menu
ask the
something that you
audience.
can
They
mix
make, they
together.
Make, they make beer cheese.
the meld
There
of
you
two
go.
lives.
Hey, if somebody
Chris-
has a good idea,
Yeah.
free beer on me.
Yeah. Ask the audience for good beer mixes that stand alone
Yeah.
independently.
We're excited. He's coming down. He'll actually be our taproom manager here. His name is Ben. He's
Ben.
our,
What's your new last name going to be?
Bradley.
That's assuming you take his last name.
Well, so
Are you gonna hyphenate it?
I feel weird giving away my whole name, so I'm just gonna add his name to the end. So it's gonna be like not hyphenated. It's just gonna be like my name plus Bradley.
So you're putting all the
4 names.
you're putting all the work on for other people.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have 4 names now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Porter Bradley. He's going to start a power tool
I was going to
business.
say that. Yeah, their skill saws are not the best, but their drivers are excellent. So just saying.
Yeah. No, it's good. He gets down here May 17th.
No, can't wait.
Yes. I'm
Oh,
very
first
excited.
product. Battery powered back pocket.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
gosh.
Go with lithium though. Don't go with the old school. Do the like a 20-volt lithium. I don't think the 40 has caught on.
Jody, what did we do?
20 or 20 or 60. 20 or 60. Either way. I'd say 20,
Okay.
just for carrying around purposes, or maybe a built-in. You can do a built-in where you just plug the whole thing in. Lithium ion though, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
goodness. So beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun.
Back pocket beer.
Oh,
Damn.
Yes.
Ben just said he likes Alex's idea.
What I don't remember what Alex's idea
I
was.
have too many. Like, which one? Be
Oh
more
my
specific.
gosh. Just so bad.
The back pocket. Now you got to scroll through. Now we're
Yeah,
awkwardly all looking at a screen
Yeah.
while we do a live streaming
Yeah.
show, which
Yeah.
always plays well.
Yeah.
So October 2020.
Yes.
2020.
Yes. Most
I see-
likely
I
on
can
a
see it.
Sunday.
I can see it.
Yeah.
That's a 2020 joke. That's a vision joke.
Puns.
Yeah. Here comes a guy with a dolly. And I don't mean
That's
like
not for us.
I don't mean like a
Yeah. Do
creepy
you
like.
see?
That's
do
for
you,
the-
do you see Powerades in here?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Powerades are for the game shop next door.
I didn't see what he had.
You know,
Oh, what is that?
That's our secret ingredient in all of our beers.
Powerade?
Actually.
Powerade?
Yes.
Keeps you well hydrated.
hey, you could put that in your guys' competition beer.
Oh God.
Powerade beer.
Is that fermentable? It's probably fermentable.
Yeah, it's got sugar in it.
Just don't get the diet stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Ugh.
This
Nobody
all
likes that
sounds
anyway.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerade.
I don't.
Could totally do it.
There is a list of like approved ingredients from like the FDA that most people are supposed to follow, but a lot of breweries don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably like pastry stouts. Probably have a bunch that aren't supposed to go in there.
Oh, I don't know.
If
Well,
you
that's
use,
all
like-
food.
Oh,
Dogfish
not
one
sure.
time did like a cedar wood.
that's
beer,
wood
which
aged.
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a little different.
yeah. But no, I'm saying like there's some chemicals in some of that stuff. that
Hmm.
Probably not supposed to put in a beer. Like I don't know. Like when they meld with fermentation, they turn into arsenic or something. I didn't really take
I'm gonna say
chemistry.
probably
I
not.
don't know. No, okay. But they're speaking
Yeah.
of gozas. I was talking to somebody about a goza this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do over breakfast, and they're sequential.
Sounds normal.
Have you had
yeah,
one?
I have had.
It's a really good place to
very
start
tasty.
if you're looking to start on
Yeah,
gozas.
it's not too tart. It's not too salty. It's like just really easy drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's good
approachable.
stuff.
Approachable.
I love sours. I love kettle sours, and I'm really excited that we're at that point where we can start putting some on tap. The next one we're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is a chamomile blueberry
Chamomile. I've used
sour
chamomile.
wit.
I've used chamomile in a wheat beer before. Yeah.
It's super tasty.
Soothing.
So I'm very excited. I love that.
It's got like a how would you describe the flavor? It's like
Herbal, floral.
yeah. It's kind of it's like a nap for
Mm-hmm.
your mouth or something. I don't know, like a down comforter.
go.
Something I don't know for your palate. I don't. It's good. It smells good. It smells really good when you throw it in the
Yeah, so that's one of those beers that we're brewing this month. That we're going on our brewing
say
frenzy.
that again? Chamomile
Chamomile, blueberry,
Blueberry.
sour wit.
sour wit.
Yes.
I
I
dig it.
don't even know what this is. What is this? Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Okay.
That's the way it goes.
I love it.
There we go.
It's so refreshing. It just smells
Tangerine.
super tasty. And this is the first time you've had it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kennedy's had it.
I don't
before.
live
Talking
2
about it
minutes
so
away.
much. Figured, why aren't we tasting it?
I like to drink the beers that I'm either currently brewing or I'm planning on brewing.
Yeah. You get your taste profile up.
Yeah.
I dig it. Alex just dropped his hat.
He's got to do the business managing things.
Oh, phone call.
Yeah. He has to talk to people. I just like hide in the back.
Did we talk enough about the whole craft beer girls thing? I feel like that was kind of our main emphasis for coming
Well,
in. But
Do you guys have any more questions? I mean, I'm not.
how
I
does
will say
one
what
join?
you literally just go
Show
on
up?
Facebook and you join on the group. You can find the national page. You can find the Texas page, and then within the Texas page, there's like Houston section, and then there's also a Houston group chat.
How
on
often
Facebook.
are there events or meetups?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, so once a month, everybody just gets together, and they try and do it around the city, so it's not just like all north side or
Yeah.
all center. And then variable people come to either one, because if you live on the north side and you don't want to travel all the way to like Brenham,
Yeah.
it's a bit harder. But
I believe they just had one at B52, right? Last
I
I'm
saw
gonna
it.
say yes.
last weekend.
Unfortunately, I'm not as involved on the group trips as much as I want to, because we do have a small business, and that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
is it.
you're
But we do events here as well with them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you don't feel pressured to go to everything. Mm-hmm. That's the problem with social media. You see everybody doing everything.
Yeah.
And it looks like people live in breweries 24/7
Yeah.
or drinking beer all day.
I mean,
every
I do.
day.
I don't drink pretty much every day, but I
Right.
live here.
Well, but don't get into that whole FOMO. FOMO. Do you ever get FOMO?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
But
get
only
that.
because I live here.
Yeah.
You know.
We as like when, and I think this is something that everyone that started a brewery can say. Once the first year of basically opening any small business, but especially a brewery where you have to babysit the product and you have to constantly be putting effort in, otherwise you're just gonna slowly fade away. You basically live here for the first year at least, if not more. We've managed to give ourselves, a little vacation here or there and do things separate, but that just means that the week we're gone, the next 3 weeks, it's very, very, very busy.
Yeah.
So it's not like the work goes away or somebody else does it. It just is delayed until you get back, and then you have that week's plus the next week's plus the next week's on top.
Yeah,
And it
it's
just,
the American dream right there.
yeah, it's great.
This tangerine, you can really taste like tangerine's like soft. It's like a soft citrus. I like it. That's all I got. I'm not a level 2 Cicerone. I'm just a level 1. So I got to port it, but I can't comment on it more so than that. You think that the Cicerone thing's worth doing?
I think
I've contemplated doing it, but it's
depends on why you want to do it.
because it's there.
Right, so it's there and it's just for you. Learn all about it, but the test is like $400.
I know, right?
So if you're in the beer industry and you're trying to get ahead and you're trying to put some more stuff on your resume that's not like I volunteered at a brewery once, like Cicerone, absolutely.
Yeah.
And not just level 1, because level 1 is really there for educating bartenders and bar managers.
Yeah, and an extra $30
on, like,
and
how to do
10
beer.
minutes on a weekend.
Level 2 is really when you start talking about styles and profiles and off flavors, and you really get into it. So I think,
And they give you pins.
and you get a pin. Yes, you get a little pin.
I've got a pin for the first one, but it's like I just.
So I think if you're trying to do moving forward in the beer industry or into beer judging or trying to become, the head curator at a beer bar, right? A really big beer bar or something like that. I think it's well worth it. Because there's a lot of really good beer and there's a lot of subpar beer that passes as good beer, and more people need to get educated on it.
Maybe. I don't know if I trust myself to be able to differentiate.
Well, that's what level 2 is. It trains you.
Yeah,
it trains you on it.
Well, I know like the off flavor stuff. I've taken the best off flavor classes, BJ's, in which everybody should at least do that. I didn't have time to go to every single other class that he was doing, but I did the off flavor class, and that's always fun to get to taste like baby diaper in a beer.
Butyric acid.
Yeah, he's like, I took these Busch
Baby
Lights
vomit.
and kept it in my, my garage for the last month.
Well,
in summer.
talking about like education and educational opportunities and things like that, you can do Cicerone, you can do other things like that, but a lot of breweries do little mini education courses.
Yeah.
Segue into
Go on.
So Yank's Beer School.
Yeah.
We started it this last month.
You did.
I did.
Where was I?
You just didn't
missed
jump
out.
on the
Exactly.
thing. But
Tell me
this
more.
is the second class.
When is it?
The second class is going to be the
May
26th.
26th,
Yeah, May
Sunday.
26th. So last month we did an off-flavor tasting. And so I dosed beer not with the Cicerone test, which is like $200 for those little samples, but stuff that you can make at home with stuff you can get at Walmart.
You took an actual diaper.
No diaper. Everything that's edible.
No babies were harmed in the production of this off flavor.
No.
Scared. They were scared. But no real harm.
So like butter, it's like butter extract for diacetyl. Things like that you can do and you
kind of
can
butter
make
do you
at
use?
home. I just butter extract, like the little like vanilla extract, but butter extract.
Oh, I didn't know that was a.
It's a thing. I don't know what you'd use it for.
You
But-
boiled down popcorn butter to get it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
That's the
popcorn
same
butter
thing.
it is
Doesn't
diacetyl.
it cause Alzheimer's in like big amounts?
I don't know.
Like leads to it's the same thing
But it
on your
tastes
brain.
delicious. So
Alzheimer's tastes delicious.
It's the last thing I
What
need.
what does it taste like? I don't remember. I
so
can't recall.
Anyways, we're starting this like monthly class series where each month we'll do something a little different. So last month we did the off flavor tasting and we had a little worksheet and we went through it and we explained on where it comes from and what you can avoid, what you should do if you taste it, because a lot of people taste something weird and sometimes they just chug it and don't say anything, and there's no feedback to both the brewer or the bar, and most likely the people that are serving it will do something about it. So this month we're going to do a kind of a lesson on hops. So we're going to do the biology of hops. We're going to talk about where all the flavors come from, what happens to different hops when you put them in different levels of boiling or in non-boiling. So we'll do hop teas too. I'm going to do a couple of bittering edition hop teas, and it's going to be real fun. And then some aroma hops, and we'll kind of taste the difference between certain hops. And we'll do some classic hops. So I have Mosaic, which everybody really likes, and then we'll do something that's like super iconic, like Saz or Tettnang, because those are noble hops. And so we'll go through and do tastings, and I just, it's really fun for me because I don't know everything, and that's the way I start every class. Like, I don't know everything, but like I try and keep myself up to date on all sorts of things. Brewing is a learning curve, no matter what you're doing, unless you're a master brewer, and then you've taken like the international brewer's test, and you know everything at that point. But every month we'll do something different, and I'm trying to do it in a succession where the last month kind of helps the next few months. So off flavor tasting is just good for everybody. You learn basic off flavors, and then the hops, and then this month is the hops. Next month we're going to do a blind tasting of various IPAs and pale ales. So we'll discuss on like the hop flavors of it, and it'll take away what the perception of things are for people. So a lot of times marketing and the price of the beer will automatically change how it tastes to you. So if you pay $15 for a beer, it's going to be a good beer.
Right.
Because you paid $15 for it. So your mind will change the taste of things because of how you look at it. And so we'll do that, and then we'll do a malt, and I'll do some really cool malt stuff, and then we'll do porters and stouts and browns, and then we'll move forward. And then in 6 months, we'll also do a second off-flavor course for people that want to come and do it again, or for people that had missed it.
Are these always on Sunday?
These are going to be on Sundays.
I'm coming.
Yeah, so it's going to be on a Sunday. And for Mug Club members, it's free because it's part of the perks of the Mug Club. And then for all others, they're going to be $15.
Okay. I'm doing it.
It's going to be fun.
You going to be there?
Yeah.
What about, is it, there was a thing I was going to ask about. Are we allowed to talk about it yet?
For what?
Yeah. I was hoping you'd give me that plug.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So it looks like next week we're going to be picking up our very own wood-fired pizza trailer.
This is the international sign of pizza.
Yeah.
Well, so like from my perspective, I thought you were like playing with a basketball, and I was like, are we doing a basketball tournament? I don't understand.
And then I had a piece.
Yes. So
that's how I hold pizza.
we are doing pizza.
Yeah.
Yes. What's it called? Is it just like Southern Yankee Pizza?
Southern Yankee Pizza. It's not going to be a
same
separate.
company.
It's the same. It's going to be integrated. So you're going to be able to come into the bar, have your beers at the bar at your tables, and then come up and order your pizza. You're not going to be going out to order on a separate ticket to like our food truck, which is what we have now. We have food trucks.
We're doing it beer hall style, so everything's ordered at the bar.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. And then, eventually sometime in the future, hopefully we'll get to like, server staff where it comes to you. We'll initially start with like a little buzzer, and you'll go out and pick up your pizza. But it's going to be Neapolitan wood-fired style. The thin, super crispy crust, not too many toppings. One person can comfortably eat, a 12-inch pizza without feeling like a walrus or something, And
Cuckoo.
So we'll be picking that up next week, and then working like mad, getting our permits in line and practicing.
We may or may not have a weekend of practice-free pizzas.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking we're like no disclaimer on quality. Like if this is bad, return for a new one.
Yeah.
But buy 2 beers, get a free pizza, so I can get some practicing. Because like until we get it off the ground, I'll be running the pizza myself.
Person.
Think about the worst pizza you've ever had.
It's still pretty good.
You'd
pizza.
still eat it. Yeah. Even
with
like
beer.
Yeah.
Like one of those $1.50 Totinos frozen.
Those are bad.
That's like
Pizza
that's
rolls.
literally like my descriptor for everything. I was like, there's some things that are really bad and they're really bad, but like there are some things that are just like bad pizza. You're still gonna eat it and enjoy it, but it's still, I mean,
Yeah, but
it's still pizza.
I mean,
Totinos
Jack in the
are
Box
bad.
exists
No, I
because
know.
There's a lot worse pizza out there than Totino's.
What?
Yeah, gas station pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
That's
Valero
still pretty
over here
good.
has got some pretty
It's still
solid
good
pizza over there.
It's pizza. I mean, there's
mean,
not
Yeah.
great pizza is great pizza, but like most all other pizza is the good
Yeah.
pizza.
CC's.
So we'll start with pizza. I want to add the wood-fired oven-baked wings, nachos, and then we may play with a salad or two.
Yeah, because we're gonna
But
mostly
core
be
thing is
eating out of
pizza.
this.
Yeah, like we're gonna be eating it somewhere. I can't just eat pizza and wings. I mean,
We would be 1,000 pounds.
I'll die. I won't be able to fit in the 3 foot wide, the pizza truck door. Like,
You do realize you're giving up all this sweet AC to go sweat your ass
no,
off.
I got AC in that thing. Now, that being said, it's
it's
gonna
a-
have an oven with 800 degrees in it.
It's gonna be. I
so
think it's gonna be
it's
more
gonna
like
be warm.
like brew deck AC, where it's just there so you don't die.
You can
Yeah.
see it in the visuals. Like I know there's hope,
Yeah.
but
I'm like thinking about investing in like ice pack underwear or something. like
Yeah,
that,
they
you
have
know,
those
like-
vests that
yeah,
are like cool vests.
You put like ice packs, you
We're
change
not-
them out every
or
hour or
just-
so.
we're not that far from
You
NASA.
can
I
just
feel
throw
like we should-
ice down your pants.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, but
It's a bit
that's
much.
like wet, and
You're
wet
gonna-
underwear sucks, man.
Yeah, but you're gonna have. It's gonna be like that anyway.
You're gonna have the.
I mean,
aren't
we
you
gotta
gonna
mitigate.
You're gonna have like cornstarch and stuff around, right?
Oh yeah, have you seen that in Chef?
Yeah.
That movie Chef. I love Chef.
That is
I've
a
seen
great
that
movie.
so many times.
Actually, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Best line in the movie. Yeah, in the morning you can dip those in oil and make make hush puppies.
You've seen it?
Well, I'd known to never buy hush puppies here.
You've seen Chef though, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, you
Come
gotta
on,
see
man.
it. You gotta see it. It's one of the best indie
John
films in the last 10 years.
Leguizamo and John
Favreau.
Favreau and what's her face? Miss Universe.
Yeah.
So no,
Sofia Vergara.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
And ScarJo makes an appearance.
she does,
She
doesn't
does,
she?
yeah.
And that's, of course, it's like, yeah. She digs you, John Favreau. She does. Okay.
Hey, that's like a I felt like that was a great scene because it gives fat kids everywhere. Like you too can have ScarJo if you're talented enough. So practice.
I suppose. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you can cook food that good,
Yeah.
if something's that tasty that it can just blind you to reality.
I mean, I'm sure Guy Fieri
He's got kids. He's got
as
lots-
a
Smoking hot wife?
Smoking hot wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Ooh, how long until he comes over and he's like, I need 2 tickets to Flavortown. And
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
that comment alone, like we're never getting on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Not with that kind of attitude.
What y'all would be? What would this? This is not a dive. It's a. It's
Well, we're going to be like more of a traditional brew pub.
Yeah.
We're going to get a service. So we're working on our patio.
We're-
drive into this place. It's not a drive-in.
no drive-in, but we are doing a. So we originally were gonna be like, okay, we're done building stuff.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done. Being the really good amateur builders. So we're gonna contract it. We're gonna make a patio, right? We're gonna brew a patio. We're gonna
We're gonna
build
brew
a
up
patio.
This is going to turn out great.
the ingredients, a
doing?
little bit of concrete.
We were going to
Dry
make a
hopping it.
patio, and then we looked at the pricing, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna build it ourselves.
So yeah, keep an eye out, listeners. We may need some free labor in exchange for lots of beer.
Yeah, free
And
beer
pizza.
for free label. La, la.
Free
Free
label.
beer for free
That was
labor. That was very
surreptitious.
hard for me to say.
and hush puppies.
No, all the hush puppies you can eat. Any thought on using spent,
Rocky Mountain hush puppies.
Oh,
Any thought of using spent grains in the doughs? Can you do?
Maybe if we went and like did some sort of pretzel, because spent grain pretzels are really nice, but we're not going to be investing in. So in order to use spent grain, you need to basically kiln it to dry it, and then you got to have a really fine flour mill, and we're just not going to have that equipment.
if you want us to save you some, I'll sprinkle it on top of your pizza.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Yes,
Yeah.
just for you.
Do you get that
let
refer-
it
do
let
you
it
get
sit
that
in the
reference?
sun for a little bit.
What?
Yes.
The BAM reference.
Bam.
Yeah. Bam.
That's
Emerald.
Yeah.
Emerald Man.
Emerald.
I wonder what Emerald's
Well,
up
so
to.
I was also thinking that there's also a meme of a guy sprinkling salt.
BRB.
The salt guy. You don't know what I'm
no,
talking
I
about?
don't.
Oh, it's hilarious.
All right, we'll check it up after the show. I'm sure it is. I wonder what Emerald's up to. He's old now.
Making a lot of money through his books.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used
And
to
his
be
restaurants.
everywhere. Now, I guess, he doesn't have to do it anymore. He's like, I did that already back when there was cable. Now I don't have to worry with that. I wonder what he's doing, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Emerald. I used to watch
probably enjoying
Emerald
life.
every day.
Yeah.
Emerald Live. You remember that was a thing? He had like his own night. He was like Jimmy Fallon, but on the Food Network. He'd cook, and he had a
Yes.
band, and he would make horrible jokes.
Yeah.
Remember he had his own sitcom for like 2 seconds?
What?
Yeah, it was on for like I think 2 episodes, and they canceled
Okay,
it
that's
because it
like
was
2 seconds.
awful.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like it would be a good thing.
But they thought, oh, this will be a great idea. We'll put him on network TV on
Yeah.
prime time, and just
Do you guys want another beer?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean-
talk about the beer you're going to be making. I'll get you a beer.
I feel like we've used all your glasses today, though.
That's not even close. We're good.
Okay. All right. So, Goza's the first one. Kennedy, have you thought about how you're going to approach your Goza? Are you going to use it
so
fruit?
I found out that we can use fruit. I was a little unsure if we could use fruit in the Goza, but we can. Anything goes. I haven't really thought about it. I don't know if I want to do like just the traditional lime.
That's not traditional.
When you. Well, I mean, isn't that that's the most popular fruited one? I'm
I
assuming.
don't even think so.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jose
Whatever.
says he will work for beer. Jose, call him up. Jose, I think works
Yeah.
lives around.
got some stranger walking in.
Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
You're 3 days early.
Love your dedication to getting here on time. So, what are you going to do for Cinco de Mayo? Anything specific? What day is Cinco de Mayo? Is on Monday?
No,
No,
I think
it's
it's
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Ooh, that's even better. Love Sunday.
So Alex is making micheladas
Oh, that's right.
on Sunday
Yeah.
with our K Pablo.
Okay.
He's been practicing his michelada recipe, so we'll see how that goes.
When he gets back, we'll ask what all he's going to put in it.
So since we've been talking about it, I had to get my best wiener.
Yes, I love this beer.
So good.
Sorry, I know you hate that. The mouth.
No, I
sounds.
love a good Vienna lager, and I think it's definitely one of those underrated beers. It's just so tasty and so good.
Can I just steal this beer and use it in the competition?
Well, so this is one of those beers. So the
Why
K
do both your beers
Pablo.
taste exactly the same?
So for GABF, we're considering putting in the best wiener, the K Pablo, and
You realize what you just said?
I
Dropping
did.
it in
I
there.
did say that, and the Porter's Porter. We're considering those to put in for competition.
My Wiener is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
It's not how big it is; it's how fast you can drink it.
Is it?
That got weird.
Yeah.
How it fits in your mouth?
Mine fits
This is a family podcast,
just
Chris.
perfectly.
Well, I don't know what you're watching.
So hey Alex, we were talking about how Sunday you're gonna be making micheladas.
Yeah.
What? Talk us up. What are you gonna? What's in the secret recipe? Can
Well,
you say?
I can't give you everything. I mean,
Spicy?
it's going to be classic, right? So I'm not a michelada master, so I've done a little research. It's going to have obviously the tomato juice, the clamato, lime, garlic, spices, all that sort of thing.
You're gonna garnish with a jalapeno.
I was thinking about garnishing with
Bacon.
a lime, and I hadn't quite
A whole
finished.
brisket.
It'll be dressed with like the chili powder and the salt and all that. But we're gonna do a little experimentation today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then settle on a final.
You gonna salt the rims?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With pink Himalayan.
I don't know. I don't know.
We have
is
some
there-
extra.
Is there like a red and green Mexican salt like we can get?
Well,
Probably.
the Mexican flag is
Red and green.
red.
And white. It
Red,
was
white-
just plain
red,
old
white,
white.
green.
Yeah, plain old white salt.
Yeah. Is there a green salt?
Probably. Infused with copper.
Probably.
No,
Yeah.
you
Probably give
do
you
red,
cancer.
red and white salt with a lime wedge.
All right. Well
There it is.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good call.
But yeah, I think it'll be tasty. I mean, it's essentially like it's very similar to like a Bloody Mary, as far as what's in it. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we were talking before the show about the crazy garnishes people do.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of which, last weekend we did a crazy garnish that was awesome. We have a couple of weeks ago we released the Did You Say Dark Chocolate Oatmeal Stout,
Yeah.
and so last weekend it was hot and we needed to do something kind of cool. So I went and got about 4 gallons of Bluebell vanilla ice cream, and we were doing
Beer float.
dark chocolate beer floats.
It's delicious.
Really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, tasty.
I wasn't sure where
So,
you were going to go with that, but
we
I have
did
an
some-
idea for next time, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, we did some experimentation on Sunday once you left, and we started putting ice cream in a lot of our beers. Ice cream in Tiny Tim's tastes like a Coca-Cola.
Interesting.
Just it tastes like literally one of those frozen Coca-Colas.
That's cool.
And then the ice cream in the Tangy Tangerine is kind of like
Orange sherbet or
horrible.
something?
an orange sherbet. Yeah,
Really? Yeah,
it's
creamsicle.
not
Is it
that
good?
bad. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it again, but I drank it.
Okay.
So when you said hot, I was thinking, all right, well, what's hot? It's like s'mores, right? So what if you did this? What if you took the chocolate beer, used
Graham cracker.
well, hold on, I'm about to get there. Don't jump ahead.
Okay.
Marshmallow cream, dip it in the marshmallow cream. Hold on, get a torch, lightly toast it, and then dip it in the graham cracker. Boom.
Yeah. Let me go hire 3 people to get that done.
That's a lot. Yeah. I'm like, that's a lot for a one day or a weekend
I mean, just a
event
one
thing.
glass.
Can you imagine
just to
trying to
take
clean that?
Oh, God.
Oh.
No, it's my idea. I don't ever think of
Oh, okay.
like the
Okay,
practicality.
there's
So I
those
gotta
I can't let
practicalities
practicality
behind
get
it.
in the way of my art.
Or you
I got to go
just
camping on Sunday night. They made me take 2 days off because I was starting to get all high blood pressure and snipping at nothing. But so I went camping up to Huntsville State Park and we did s'mores, obviously.
Yes,
And
by Texas law.
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I think that dates back to like 1836. It was like the first law after
Sam Houston
freedom.
was-
Yeah, Sam,
He was back there.
Yeah.
It's s'mores.
exactly.
we
yeah.
won our independence and then we invented s'mores.
Pretty sure he was eating s'mores before.
True facts.
That's how they got the energy for that whole San Jacinto thing. Everybody, eat your s'more. We're gonna go take on.
Yeah,
Mexico.
the night before they made s'mores.
Yep.
The next
Sang
morning
Kumbaya and
we
what's the best Texas song? They sang
deep in the heart
Deep in the
of
"Deep in the
Texas.
Heart of Texas,"
Oh, God,
followed
you're so
by
from Arkansas.
I don't remember. I was trying to think of something really funny for them to
Arkansas.
sing.
What's the Arkansas State song?
I don't know. We don't do that.
You don't have music. There's no music in
Yeah.
Arkansas.
No, there's music. It's just all banjos.
No
and fiddles
music, no dancing.
and washboards.
Washboards and the
Yeah. That's all. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't know. I mean, look, we can't have everything. We
Dueling-
invented the toothbrush.
dueling band.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the single toothbrush.
Well,
The
that's good.
That's why it's not called a teeth brush. It's a toothbrush. That's why you can thank Arkansas
Well done.
for your pearly whites.
That joke was funny the
jeez.
first 5 times.
You
I
know
heard
what? Why don't you sit over there and produce?
it. I can do 2 things at once.
Not very well either one. Of them.
Multitasking.
Well,
Ooh,
I never said I did.
shade.
Yeah.
So
My
much
beers are
shade.
gonna. I can't wait to kick his ass with this beer thing. It's gonna be so awesome.
I'm very excited to see the fruits of this. That's
well,
for sure.
you have about 6 weeks to do your first beer,
Oh, I should probably
maybe
do that.
7.
Yeah, so if you're doing a goza,
Yeah.
you gotta
Should probably do that.
do the
pretty-
kettle sour
Mm,
shenanigans.
should probably do that
How are you
pretty
gonna
soon.
dose it?
I don't know
There are
yet.
different ways to do
I
it.
know. I know.
You know the secret
Don't-
way to
Don't
do
help
it.
him out. Don't help him out.
Well, I'm telling you. I already told you.
Acidified.
So it's,
Well, I know.
it's making it
Acidified.
like
I know.
a
Grain.
fair.
I know.
No. So this is a way that I got taught as like the cheap and easy way to kind of make a kettle sour. And you have to do it kind of right, otherwise it can get a little weird. But using yogurt or Good Belly,
Yeah.
Good Belly probiotics can actually sour your beer pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've read the Goza book.
Okay.
Yeah, he's read a whole book, so he doesn't need us. He doesn't need.
No, I'm not saying.
no,
I'm
it's a
just saying.
great
I
book.
know that. Yeah.
I don't think he
Foul
told me
Allen-
about the yogurt.
I did.
I interviewed Foul Allen
I told
too.
you that's how we made our tangerine here. Our sour.
Yogurt.
Because like the dosing that you can get from places, it's like $140. I'm like, I don't want to pay that. I can go to Whole Foods and spend $15.
Yeah.
That's
Works.
Just, you went into Whole Foods and only spent $15.
Well, I didn't go to Whole Foods. I went to Sprouts. Come on.
Okay.
Just parking at Whole Foods costs $15.
I was going to say the shopping cart rentals are $15.
The valet shopping cart. Here you are, sir. Enjoy your shopping.
You know, it'd be cool is if they like merged the Segway with the shopping cart.
I'm sure that's a thing.
It should be.
You know what's even better?
It's called an automatic, like one of those carts, like a
just
like a
the
go-kart
the
cart.
old people.
Was
A
old
go-kart-
people cart?
Hey, how about bumper carts?
You know, back before everybody drove, that would be fun.
Yeah.
But back before everybody
That would be
drove the
terrible.
drivable carts, we used to, back in Arkansas, we used to hang out at the Walmart Supercenter at 2 a.m. because what else were you going to do? It was a dry county.
Ooh.
Yes. So anyway, we were there one night at like 2:30. I don't know what we were just up to no good, right? And my friend saw somebody driving by. He's like, he got mad because they were on one of those carts, and he was like, you should really leave that cart for somebody that needs it. And this, you heard that. Back up. She no, it was a lady. No, it was a dude. Just looked at him, turned the cart a little bit. No legs.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Just kind of
no.
turned back and then just drove away. Said nothing. It's like,
Oh,
friend was like,
man.
I feel like an idiot now. It's like, you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
You should.
That's one of those
Yeah.
like eternal lessons learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
That'd
now
be-
just
that'd be
everybody drives
humbling.
them. But you know
All
what's
right,
even
people,
better
hey.
than an electric cart?
This has been really fun. I have to go.
Oh.
Duty
Gotta
calls.
do work
go.
stuff.
You got to
Yeah.
Goza.
Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Hey, everybody, Alex.
Y'all come see me and
Alex,
eat my
everybody.
pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come eat his pizza.
Not
Yep.
not the hush puppies.
He'll,
No hush
No,
puppies.
no hush
he's
puppies.
going to whip his pizza out on the table from his backpack.
We'll
nice-
fold it and make a back pocket.
Back pocket pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the name of the truck. Back pocket pizza. Woo.
No.
Pizza rolls.
Veto.
Pizza rolls. Oh,
Veto.
okay.
Back pocket calzone.
Yeah.
Calzone. Yeah.
Want to see my Stromboli?
How inappropriate can we make this?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
there's
not even close.
infinite
Oh
degrees.
no. If there was no,
If
we
this was
could
liquid,
go a lot
liquid,
deeper.
liquid dinner.
Oh, yes. I just saw Jeffrey's comments. Yes, we did, Jeffrey. We talked about the salt in the Goza.
Yes.
Scroll back.
We well, I don't remember what I said. I think I put. I can't. I have
It's
to
on.
check.
It's on record.
I'm like,
He can
oh,
go back.
Yeah.
Listen to
I
it. 'cause,
think
like, I don't
it
remember.
was
1.5 pounds. For
1.5 pounds.
3.5
Yeah.
barrels. I think.
Yeah.
But
Himalayan.
that's also me using my memory, which is not great. So like, if you come in and have a beer, I'll tell you about it.
And you have to make sure it's pink Himalayan.
It doesn't really matter. It's
Make sure it's
salt.
authentic pink Himalayan. There's some artificial, just
Oh.
fake. Not really from Himalaya.
Yeah.
It's from like
Himalaya.
him, and it's from Alea. It's like him. Him brought it from Alea, which is a town east of here. I don't know.
Okay.
That's I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm stretching. I'm
Good
stretching.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, remind everybody tap room hours and
Yeah. Okay. What now?
Oh, so
We have a question.
no.
Oh.
I was just gonna say I've been.
Oh, he's got the taproom hours up there.
The
We're
tap
good.
room hours have been.
Yeah,
been
we're
up a few
we're
times, but
open
yeah.
more than most brew pubs and breweries, just because we are mostly in house. You can find our beer in a few places, like Brew 30.
Yeah. Let me some Brew 30.
Thistle Draft House.
Let me some Thistle Draft House too.
We're in both Tapped locations.
Love tap. Name a
Or-
place I don't love.
I don't know. We're in. I think we're in Woodson's still, down here on 99.
Oh, cool.
We're at a few other places. I don't remember. I don't drop them off. Oh, we're actually, if you're out in the Heights, we're down in the Heights Beer Garden now. So they have
Nice.
our K Pablo and our Foolish Monk Wit.
Nice.
But most of our beers are here in house because we do so much rotation. It's hard to get label approval for beers before they get weird.
Yeah.
Saying that, if anybody was here when we first opened, you're aware of our beer called the Aggressive Sunscreen Belgian Pale Ale,
Yes.
which is coming back for the summer. So that one I just brewed Monday, and so it should be ready in a couple weeks.
Cool.
And I'm very excited
I love
because
that
it's
beer.
so good.
Yeah. I got a quick shout out to the Texas legislature.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting the amendment on the Beer to Go amendment on the TABC sunset. Speaking of sunscreen, the sunset bill. It is now over to the Senate. So if you have not called your state senator, make sure you do so because it is not a lock.
Let them know.
Let them know. Support Beer to Go. Hashtag Beer to Go. Hashtag Texas Ledge on on the social media. Seriously, call. It's easy. I did it last episode. Call my rep. Took literally 2 seconds. Olderson. He's my representative. He Alverson. Sorry, Dr. Alverson. He did support it, so that was great. It was. Did you watch the proceedings? It was touch and go there for a second.
I did not.
It was shady.
Watch it
Okay,
during the time because I was working.
Overrated. But
This guy was working too.
Yeah.
here's what happened. So they, who me?
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
he was working where he was.
Carl priorities.
I saw some of it too.
Yeah. So what happened was the they brought the amendment up, and the guy that was in charge of the committee or the proceedings or whatever, I forget his name. He was saying, this is a bill. It's not an amendment, and that was his whole thing against every amendment brought. But because the distributors are d-bags and the lobby group,
Distributors have a lot of money.
yes, and
Small brewers don't.
no, and it was only one of the distributor groups. There's two.
Yeah.
One was with Craft Pack. The other was with them and keeping
The
things.
other.
The other guys, right?
Yeah.
And so they motioned to table it, which would have killed it. And at first, it was voted to table it. So like 71-70.
Oh man, I didn't see this.
And then
that's crazy.
they were like, and everybody's going nuts.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hold on, let's go back and check that. And so when they went and checked everybody's
Yeah.
vote, it turns out like 6 of them weren't even there. But
Of
they
course.
voted to table it. It's like, how do you vote to table it when you're not even there? Somebody click that button for them, or how? To me, this is super shady. I don't understand why people aren't asking.
I'm a little pessimistic about politics, so I think all of it is shady.
Well, yeah, there's absolutely an element of shadiness to it. You can, with enough money, you can get anything done that you want,
Yeah.
right? But they, when they went back and double checked, it's like, oh, well, they're not here. That you got to
They
throw their
don't
votes
count.
out, and so
Yeah.
it ended up passing, and it was unanimous that the TABC bill would move forward, and so now it's in the Senate.
Good.
But I'm just baffled. Like, I've not heard anything. Like, is it Farrar, one of our local?
Or
She's a Democrat here in
Yeah,
Houston, and she's actually passed or put out pro craft beer legislation in the
Yeah.
past. I'm just curious, like, how does somebody vote for her when she's not there? Like, I don't know.
text in.
I don't
know.
I don't know how that works. So, anyway,
Hey, mom, can you not do that right now?
no, it's fine. I don't know.
I don't think it's that loud.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dynamic mics.
It bothers me.
Oh. Okay.
I'm partially deaf, even with these things like all the way up.
Limited, okay.
I'm.
Huh?
Well, so like okay, no wait. Talk a legislator, then we can talk about my deafness. Continue.
Well, anyway, call your senator now. It's in the
Yes.
Senate. Call your senator. Say, please support Beer to Go for breweries. It's needed. We're the only state that doesn't allow it. Ridiculous that they were in this position. So just let freedom be a thing.
Yeah.
Now, go. I was going to ask you one other thing. What was the other thing I was going to ask you? You were talking about, what were you talking about right before I brought this up? You were talking about, do we remember all the way back like 5 minutes ago? It was
Salt and Goza.
Salt and Goza, Good Belly, grocery carts.
grocery carts. No. Beer to,
Pocket wieners.
pocket wiener.
That's too early. We were talking about
Just a few minutes ago.
our times, where we're at,
Pizza.
pizza.
It'll come back to me probably or not. Either way, it can't be that big of a deal.
Micheladas.
No, it was
I
after.
don't
Cinco
know.
de Mayo.
No, it was something else. Anyway, go on.
Well, we're doing a lot of events. So going on to the micheladas, we're doing this. We try to maintain something interesting to do almost, at least 3 or 4 times a week. Not just enjoying our beer, but also just enjoying our environment. If I don't know, have you ever heard of Jackbox?
Jack in the Box?
Not Jack in the Box, Jackbox.
Jackbox. I can't say that I have. Please explain.
It's so cool. It's this game that you can play with everybody in the bar. So everybody that has a phone can log into our Jackbox home screen that's going to be on one of our TVs.
Cool.
And you all play a game together. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to do anything to it. You just go onto your browser. And you play. We played drawing games. We've played played Mad Libs or Balderdash.
Yes, I love Balderdash.
Yeah, so there's a game called Fibbage that's almost exactly like Balderdash.
I like
it's
saying the
so
word
much
Balderdash.
fun. And so we're starting Jackbox nights where people can come in and they just have some beers and play games with strangers and then make friends and etc.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, and then just doing some really cool stuff like that. We're going to, unfortunately, this is something that we didn't talk earlier. We were going to try and do live music every Saturday, and we're going to have live music every once in a while with people that do completely original sets.
Oh, the old ASCAT.
Yeah. So they finally contacted us and said that if we wanted to have musicians that don't play they play covers, we have to pay a ton of money for them to do it. And so we had to cancel a lot of events in the last couple months in the next couple months.
Is there a percentage of covers? Could they do one cover? They can't do any?
I can't do any. So it has to be completely
You're ruining everybody's
original stuff.
How does that?
And I don't know how. I mean, we were posting it on Facebook and stuff, and we weren't really aware of the laws, and it makes sense, but it just kind of sucks as a venue because you have to pay a lot of money to have live music of covers or anything else like that.
I mean, I get. Okay, I want musicians and artists to get money for their art, right? But at the same time, if I hear somebody do, that's a pretty good version of that.
Yeah.
But then I go download theirs or stream it or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, who buys music anymore though? I don't buy that much music anymore. I have Amazon Prime or
I use Spotify.
Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. I don't. I guess they just get a piece.
So that's one of our updates.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to have a few musicians.
Is it
that
any
are
type
able
of
to
cover?
do that.
What if I did an all armpit version of Stairway to Heaven?
I'm pretty sure it's any type of cover. And so that's something we finally got contacted about, and they were pretty adamant about it. And so we're only allowing fully
original artists.
music and artists.
Which is got some good musicians around here.
Absolutely. So we do have a few music nights. No more DJ nights though, because that was so much fun. But no more DJ nights. But we're trying to make it up with other things. So we're going to do beer classes. We're doing special beer days.
Didn't you do stand up one night?
We have monthly comedy nights, which is so much fun.
Yeah, I think the craft beer stand up.
Yes.
That's just a perfect.
It's a great combination.
Yeah.
We do monthly last Thursday of every month. We have comedy nights at 7:00 till it ends, and it's usually about 2 hours.
Just an open mic concept.
It's an open mic, yeah. So anyone can sign up for 5-minute or 10-minute slots, and anyone that gets on stage gets a free beer.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could come up with 5 minutes.
I would be the very last one of the night.
Wait till everybody's.
That's a lot of pressure on the very first and the very last is
No, the
that's a lot of
last would be the
pressure.
best one because everything's funny at that point.
You want to go after somebody that's not very good.
Yeah,
That's kind of the key.
But
You wanna find
we've
somebody-
actually everybody that's come on stage, everybody's been getting laughs. Last time we had 10 comics that came up, and the house is packed. We get a food truck, or eventually our food truck that will be serving food on that Thursday as well. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it just we make this place kind of comic. We put little candles out, fake candles for ambiance, and we put the shades down and make it very comic place.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Comedy clubs. Houston, I don't know how we are now, but at one point Houston was a super strong comedy scene. Back in the 90s.
Well, we used to
especially.
have a lot of comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know
I
how
think
we are.
we only have
2 or 3 now.
two now.
Yeah. It's but it used to be super like everybody would come through here, and we still get a lot of stand-up comedians come through here, but
Yeah.
it's like kind of the bigger names, and you're going to pay, but like people up and comers, like that's a cool thing. So
That's why there's not that many open mics. There's not a lot of places for them to go, and so we've actually been getting a good amount of people returning here, and they use this crowd as like a way to test out jokes
Yes.
and like test their sets, and it's really cool because sometimes I'll preface and be like, all right, this is a new one. I don't know how it's gonna go, but let's try it. And so they'll do it, and we're like, that's all right. You should workshop that some more.
yeah. It's like
Things like that.
when they
yeah.
say working out a set, you're
Yeah.
working out you're like, yeah, it's work.
It is. Just like musicians, you have to get things right, even like inflection and all sorts of really things. Like those little things, like how loud you get, how quiet you get. I mean, it adjusts, and that's for any kind of performance. But it's been going great, and I'm super glad that we can continue it, and it's just going to be a monthly awesome thing that we do.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that want to hear nothing but dad jokes.
No. Oh my gosh. So we have one comic. He comes up and he starts it with a pun every single time. And it's the greatest thing ever because I love puns. I don't know why. I just love puns. And he does total, that's me, sorry. And he does total dad jokes, and it just works. Like I think dad jokes and puns, just like Eureka Heights, they do their dad joke competition. It's the same concept. People think they hate them, but they love them.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I tell them, I get a lot of eyes closed and head shake and stuff. But
That's a visceral
but
reaction.
secretly, I know. Yeah, they thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, they hate
Yeah.
themselves for thinking it's funny.
Yeah,
That's
the more disgusted they look to me, the more I think they enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy my jokes.
You can do that then, but on a date, not as anyway.
Yeah.
Not as good a reaction.
So about your hours.
Yes.
So I'm on a rotating schedule, and,
Okay.
I currently have Monday, Tuesday off.
Yeah.
So I'm
That
gonna
sounds
need you guys-
amazing.
so I'm gonna need you guys to open on one of those nights.
Well, so more people need to come drink more beer so that we can hire somebody to open for Monday and
Why don't you come work on
Tuesday.
Mondays for free?
There you go.
Come on,
Weekend gig.
let's not get crazy now.
We have one part-time employee. She works on Saturdays with us when we need it. And then when Ben comes on, he's going to be our first, I guess, full-time employee, but he's actually getting some shares as well. So we'll see how that goes. And so we don't have employees as a whole. Like we have a couple, but most of the time we have a few people that come in and help us when we're really crazy. But we are still a startup business.
Yeah.
We're only we just surpassed 6 months.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. To me, it feels like it's been 5 years and 2 months at the same time. We just surpassed 6 months. We've done tons of really cool beers. We've had really good events. We've gotten some really amazing feedback. And the big thing is that a lot of people feedback and say this place feels like very homey and like very community driven, and that's exactly what we wanted. And so I'm really glad that we kind of fit that niche here on the north side, because that's something that we definitely wanted it. We wanted it to be community-based. We wanted it to be a family-oriented place. We wanted people to feel comfortable. We have people that have their significant others out of town, and they come here to just hang out because they don't want to be at home. And, that's something that's really cool because they know us, so it's not like they're just going to a bar and drinking and, being sad. I mean,
No.
they're just going to hang out with people they know, and I think that's
Need those
really
third
cool.
places. You're a third place.
So we're really good for where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, what were the hours again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No. I'm going to hit this music, but
Well,
don't let
they're currently up on screen.
Okay, there you
but
go.
I don't see the screen.
Wednesday, Thursday, 4 to 10. Friday, Saturday, noon to midnight.
Yeah.
Sunday, noon to 9.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it right.
Yeah.
Way to read that info. Craft Beer Girls.
Craft Beer Girls, awesome. Check them out.
Check out events
I
around.
Posted a Facebook link for the Craft Beer
Good.
Girls page.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
Comment section.
There
so
are
check that
state
out.
sections as well.
There you go. So look for an event around you, no matter where you are. We have
Yeah.
out-of-state watchers and viewers and people that happen across this. So check one out near you, and don't be intimidated because people just want to hang out and drink, and a lot of good people. Some of the best people in the world.
Well, in my case, I work on the weekend, so Julie wants to go drink. beers.
Yeah, and after spending time with you,
Yeah.
she needs a drink.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, now she can go out with the craft beer girls.
there you go.
Yeah.
And
They look like y'all have a blast.
We do.
Whenever
It's so
post.
much fun.
I get a little jealous. I'm be
It's
honest
so
with
much
you.
fun.
So.
You can only just pop in. We never say no to another friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boss may say, you should work at that time. Oh, man. I wish I wasn't at work. I wish I was there. That's a big part of that. But anyway, so Southern Yankee, everybody, if you haven't been here, what are you thinking? I have to go in my Dr. Phil voice. What are you thinking? That's my Dr. Phil. I do a pretty mean Dr. Phil.
So good.
Listen, Kennedy, you're going to have to get happy in the same pants that you got mad in. It does not matter how flat you make a pancake.
Why
There's
do you
always,
do this? You already have a mustache.
That's not, listen, that's part of it.
doesn't matter how flat you make a
once you, like-
pancake, there's still two sides.
There you go. Cover up the
Cover
beard,
up.
and then you'll just have the mustache.
I'd have to maybe get rid of this. This is already leaving, but maybe I just go full Dr. Phil. What do y'all think? Maybe. Could be a whole new show.
There you go.
Bring people in, work through their
Beer
life
Dr.
problem.
Phil.
Yeah, Dr. Beer. He'd probably get upset with me getting in on his thing. I don't know. He's gotten plenty of money, though.
He might join you.
Listen, Josh, this is kind of my thing, so you're going to have to decide. You're going to find your own identity. Be your own man.
All right, I don't know. I have to watch more Dr. Phil, get some more Dr. I've only got like 3, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get some more
Yeah,
material.
says, what are you thinking? That's kind of the main thing. That is not a winning attitude. All right. So thanks for watching the show. Thanks to the Grain Cellar for bringing today's show. If you're looking to homebrew or do a competition with your co-host or, whatever, go to the Grain Cellar. Preston is there to aid you with all of his world of information. And if you say Liquid Lunch sent me, free hugs, waist up or waist down. Your
There you
choice. Your choice. He does not say you can't have one or the other. You can have both. He doesn't hold back the hugs.
Well, there's more than both. There's all sorts of hugs.
Listen, if we win it, we could spend a whole hour on just his hug method, but we'll let it speak for itself. So the Grain Cellar in Humble, and get into homebrewing because it's awesome. And thanks for listening. Join us again next week when we do more beer stuff. I think we've got a guest. We'll talk about it. But for Sydney and
Yeah.
Alex here at Southern Yankee, come by and say hi. If you tell them that Liquid Lunch sent you, they'll charge you the same amount they charge everybody else because we're doing our
We'll give high fives.
yeah. And watch for the pizza. All right,
Yeah.
everybody. See you next week.
For beer.